here. There's something very interesting to you, and it is swinging pendulously to and fro where you follow at least 10, 9, 8, because you're a very hungry fellow, 7, 6, 5, but you're also a very sleepy fellow, 4, 3, and your eyes are very heavy, and you are now 2 in a deep one trance, I hope. Your Majesty, can you hear me? Okay, perhaps not. If you can hear me, Your Majesty, please pick up and set down your right forelimb. All right. Take note, he's a beast-footed dinosaur, a theropod. It means beast foot in Greek, 2 beast feet. Your Majesty, if you can hear me, go ahead and prance around on your beast feet if you can. Very good. Wow. I just got an awful idea, but what the heck, when am I going to get a chance to do this again? Your Majesty, if you can hear me, stop prancing and open your mouth very widely and don't shut it till I tell you to. All right. Fingers crossed. Little extra protection. Here we go. Oh, this is a dumb idea. Why did I do this? It was worth it. You can close your mouth. He's under our trance. So let's take advantage of the situation, use scientific observation, and discuss His Majesty's exterior. First of all, he's clearly not the 34-foot-long fellow whose nose was touching the bathroom wall. No, he's a more compact, juvenile T-Rex. Professors, if you'd like to hear the show better, please ask the professors around you to be quiet. We're talking too much. So, how many professors here are between the ages of 6 and 7? Raise your hands. 6 and a half, 7 and 3/4. Quite a few. So if your hand was just in the air, brace yourselves, because this is pretty much what you would look like if you were a T-Rex today. I put it at around 6 or 7. In addition to that, it is covered in this magnificent material. Oh, it's very nice. What do we think it is? Is it shag carpet? If you have a theory, raise your hands. What is His Majesty covered in? Not scales, not skin, but what is that covering on the outside, that luminous covering? What do you think? What is your name? Imogen? Professor Imogen is absolutely correct. His Majesty is in fact covered in feathers, or feathers. Now, these are clearly not the stiff flight feathers of a hawk or an eagle. These are think more of the plumeless downy feather on an ostrich, an insulating feather. On a dinosaur, we call these feathers proto-feathers. Everyone try that word out. Proto. Rolls off the tongue. Now, how do we know what dinosaurs are covered in the first place? Here's the answer. This is a cast of a skin imprint fossil. We're very lucky if we find these at dig sites. The conditions had to be absolutely perfect when the dinosaur this belonged to died. It died landing in wet mud, clay, something of that sort, leaving an indelible impression. It must have been a quick burial, like an avalanche, covering it from scavengers or hunters, which would have marred the impression, which was buried in the Earth's crust. For no less than a system of the T-Rex, a Tyrannosaurid, which was covered in proto-feathers. And this leads many paleontologists to believe that it's only a matter of time before we unearth the remains of a juvenile T-Rex who was covered in proto-feathers. If we did, he would shed them in later in life and be covered in the mosaic scales most dinosaurs are covered in. I'm just going to check in with His Majesty very quickly, if you'll bear with me. Your Majesty, can you hear me? Please don't shoot. You can. Excellent. In a moment, I will count to 3. The other professors and I will clap once, releasing you from your trance. You will then feel very refreshed. You won't want to eat any of us, no, but you will want to show off your magnificent teeth. Ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3. Your Majesty, welcome back. Please regain your composure and then survey your subjects. His Majesty will be down in a moment. Don't be frightened. He's under our trance. He can't harm us. The only ways the trance can be broken are as if you get too excited when he comes out, or if you try to touch him. Please fight the urge to touch His Majesty, no matter how great it may be. If you were still a little worried, I could hardly blame you, because clearly his jaw is lined with very large and wow, sharp teeth. Good. But as I mentioned before, these are the teeth of a 6 to 7-year-old dinosaur. These are like baby teeth. Professors, do you remember your baby teeth?
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened to them? They turned into gold coins, but what else? They fell out, they grew back and larger.
You get money.
But unlike human teeth, which do this twice in our lifetimes tops, His Majesty's teeth were continually cycling out like a crocodile, falling out, growing and larger, falling out, growing and larger, hundreds of times throughout his life, until eventually they were the size of large, lethal bananas like this one here. This is a cast of an adult T-Rex tooth. This is sort of a smaller tooth than an adult's mouth, and in addition to everything I said, notice that it's curved. would struggle instinctively and get caught deeper into the teeth, and they were covered in serrations. So, professors with equipment like this, what do you think His Majesty's favorite meal was? Just take a stab, yell it out. What do you think? Meat, dinosaur meat, chicken a la king. All right, meat seems to be the popular theory, but do you think when the mood struck him, His Majesty might have mixed a small grain salad or fondue with his tiny forelimbs? No. I'll tell you what, we have a moral obligation to do as all true professors would do and conduct an experiment, but I'll need a very brave volunteer to raise their hand. Saw yours first. Join us. Under the ropes, through the woods, onto the stage. What's your name, Professor? Put it there. Brief introduction, just face the audience. Everyone please say, hello, Professor Ellie. Hello, Professor Ellie. Now say goodbye, Professor Ellie. It's just polite, you never know. So I'll need you to stand a little closer, facing the audience comfortably. So turn a bit more, there you go. No, actually, in a bit, facing forward, there you go. Imagine there's glue on your shoes now, and you can't move them no matter how hard you try. Don't try. And then put your arms out like this, a giant capital T for T-Rex, and I'll need your attention, because I need a promise from you. That you will trust in the trance we have over His Majesty, its ability to protect you, no matter how scary things get in the next few moments. You will stay planted in that place. You will not drop your arms or move from that spot. Can you do it? If you can, it's fine, but I'd rather know now rather than later. All right, with that, it's my duty to inform you. We are no longer looking at mild-mannered Professor Ellie, but at Professor Ellie Tree. On this branch we have, if you can hold this up, we have a leaf. And on this branch we have, oh, we don't even need this, we already have it. We have meat, yes, there it is, just hold that up for us, thank you, remember your promise. I'm gonna check in with His Majesty very quickly and just see what's going. I beg your pardon, my liege. Oh. We're conducting an experiment with Professor Ellie Tree. We were wondering if you could come over and help us dispel certain myths about you. And such a gracious monarch, gracing us with his presence throughout the experimental process, approaching, almost stalking the Professor Ellie Tree, if I didn't know any better. It's easier if you face forward, Professor. Moving in, starting first with the trunk, the logical place, and lifting his way over to the leaf branch. If you could hold that up for him. He's sniffing it, he can take it or leaf it. He's leafing it. Yes, and moving to the meat branch, you can hold that up. This was the popular theory. You thought he would destroy that instantly, but he hasn't. He's just mildly curious. He's sniffing it. Science teaches us our first theories are often incorrect. We need to step back, rethink them. Oh, freeze! Okay, step back a bit. There we go. Okay, all right. So, His Majesty's missed the mark a bit, but he's left a series of finely curved points in his jaw and his teeth. In addition to that, most importantly, we now know that His Majesty had the strongest bite force of any animal to walk this planet ever. Good for you. Thank you so much, Professor Ellie. Please, a warm round of applause for the great professor who made it right in the safety of our peer group. So, I think we've kept His Majesty out for long enough. I'll just dust off his left eyeball. I'll count to 3. We'll clap once, releasing him. Ready? 1, 2, 3.